I will trust in the Spirit. I will open my heart. I will always remember the truth of God that has brought me this far. So lead me on this path of life, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Lead me on this path of life. I'll shine a light in the darkness. I will bring forth the truth. I will always honor the beauty and light that I see in you. Lead me on this path of life, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Lead me on this path of light. As I breathe, I become completely one with the light and love. Completely one. As I breathe, I become completely one with the light and the love. Completely one. Lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. All I know is love. All I know is love. All I know is love and grace. Grace.
Welcome to Hilltop Spiritual Center Sunday virtual celebration. We are so glad that you have joined us today. We have created this celebration with all of us in mind, to celebrate a unity of love and wonder, to celebrate each other, to celebrate this time of the winter solstice, this great and grand time of new beginnings that is upon you and upon us. May you feel new beginnings in your heart. May you know that you can go to your heart and the loved ones around you and take a new breath in this moment and the next, and find yourself in a place of peace. I offer this prayer for each and every one of us, and for that celebration that is upon us on this day. May we feel wonder and awe. May we know joy in our lives. May we receive the teachings of Reverend Dr. Guy and of all of us here at Hilltop Center to you with love and inspiration and goodness and hope. May all of these truths be for you in your life, in your friends and family and loved ones' life. May you find a goodness and share that with love and grace. I call it forth into being. So be it. And so it is. Love is our deepest identity, by Richard Rohr. Love alone is sufficient unto itself. It is its own end, its own merit, its own satisfaction. It seeks no cause beyond itself and needs no fruit outside of itself. Its fruit is its use. Love is our deepest identity and what we are created in and for. Let us take a few moments to center ourselves. Wherever you are, right here and right now, relax. Whether you are sitting on a comfortable chair or even if you are standing, take a moment, several moments, to be present in your body. So relax your arms. Be quiet for these next few minutes and feel your body exactly as you are right now. Capture a wave of breath and feel your body breathing. And as you are present to your body, bring your attention to your heart center, to that place in the center of your chest. The awake human heart is to perceive with the eye of the heart. An awakened human heart is to perceive with the eye of the heart. Think of a word, a sacred word. I would like you to choose a sacred word that symbolizes God's presence within. One word. And when you have that word and you're sitting and being present in your heart center, repeat that word silently. Over and over, this word is your mantra. Let perception run through your heart. These virtues that draw you, let these qualities that draw you teach you. Come back to your heart center. Stay present with your awareness in your heart and repeat your sacred word over and over. And every time your mind wanders, this is your grounding tool. This is the place that awakens within us the qualities of our heart, the qualities of an existence of love is right here and now, with you now. Breathe it now and choose it now. So be it, and so it is.
Once again, thank you for being part of our celebration, particularly this one on the solstice. It's our last regular service, but I want to remind you that we do have Christmas Eve and we've got something very special planned for you. And bring a candle because we will be doing our traditional candle lighting celebration. Also, the last Sunday of December, December 27th, Craig Losey will be doing the poetry reading, and he'll be doing that accompanied by Lee Culture and I think a couple other musicians as well. Anyway, it's going to be beautiful, and I'm encouraging you to spend some time enjoying that as well. So a couple weeks ago, the lights went out in Fallbrook. We were having Santa Ana's and SDG&E in order to keep us safe and them free from liability, turned the grid off on certain parts of the community. And you know what? When the power goes off and the sun goes down, it's really dark. You know, I know some of you in this community had your lights off for several days. I think somebody I know, Steve Burns, I think it is, his lights were off from Thursday to Saturday. In our house, in our neighborhood, the lights were off for just shy 24 hours. But I have to tell you, at 4:30, when the sun went down, it was dark. It was really dark. Now, we were fortunate that we had battery-powered lanterns and we had candles. But boy, it's an interesting experience to look out the window and not see lights. Or if there's a room that's not lit, to see darkness. And even with those small candle lights, you can see the glooming shadows that are there. And you know, it's indicative of the season, because I think about our ancestors. I think about our probably even our grandparents. Actually, my stepfather told me that when he was growing up in his house, they didn't have electricity. And so during the time of the solstice, during this time of year, when the sun goes down, it's really dark. And, you know, it's almost encoded in our DNA, this experience of light and dark, warmth and cold, of what it means. But, you know, the whole thing centers around one thing, and that's the sun. Because we live in a solar system, and we are, in fact, solar beings. And so my question for you as you're watching this now is, how do you connect with the sun? What is your relationship? Do you feel its presence? Perhaps as you're sitting in your garden, or maybe in a room that is special to you, where the light comes in, where the sun gently taps you on the arm or lightens something up for you to see. The sun also reminds us of the rhythms of our body. You know, that light, dark, in, out, breathing in and breathing out. And so we have this opportunity to feel connected to our body. And when we feel connected to our body, we begin to feel connected to the earth. You know, what I know is you don't have to be in like Machu Picchu or Stonehenge or on any kind of journey to have a mystical experience. You can have it right where you are. You can meet the energetic flows sitting in your office, sitting in your home, whether alone or with loved ones. It's just that opportunity to be present to the moment and see what comes in. You know, Jack Kornfield, who is a Buddhist teacher, says, the art of meditation is this: find a place, find a time, find a posture, and stay in your seat. And I think part of the energy of this time of year is to invite us to stay in our seat, to slow down, because there's a temptation to overextend ourselves, both energetically, and then that ripples out into financially. You know, and if we follow what the group mind is telling us to do, it's asking us to spend money we don't have for people that we don't particularly like, to get them things they don't really need. And is that really necessary? You know, our bodies are vulnerable to fatigue and infections at this time. And so the message is slow down. In fact, that's what the solstice means. Soul, sun. The sun stands still. And so if we follow the rhythm, what it's asking all of us to do is to slow down. You know, I think one of the greatest gifts that we have and that we offer is to trust our intuition, to take the authorship of our lives back into our own hands and not to give it away or let it drain away. And this is something that our ancestors understood, did they not? And this is why there's so many festivals around light and darkness at this time of year. And, in our traditions, so many of the celebrations around the solstice, around this time of year, center around the great initiator, Saturn. And Saturn is all about boundaries. It's all about authorship. It's all about practicality. What Saturn says is if you earn it, it is yours. And if it was never yours, it is taking away. And so, a question to ask ourselves this time of year is to see where we are giving away our own personal power. And then often what we find is that the things that we are most anxious, the things that we are most afraid, are the exact same things that are draining us from that creative power to stay healthy, to create novelty, to engage in others, to feel the vitality of life. And so we begin at this time of year to address those things. And really, the only way we can do that is to slow down. The image that I love that comes from some of the ancient mystical teachings is even though, there's a mantle of cold, there's a mantle of darkness, there's a mantle of snow on this hemisphere during the winter time, during the solstice itself, it's really when the earth is most itself, because underneath it's alive, it's vital, it's growing, and it's engaging. And so we may not see it, but it's there. Another image that I love about the solstice is that it is the pause in the breath. They say, at the summer solstice, that the earth and all the elementals are fully exhaled. And so we see the fruit and the fecundity and the beauty of everything externalized. And then the earth begins to sort of inhale, and from the summer solstice to the pause at the winter solstice, it's bringing it in. And the day after the solstice, well, actually a couple days after the solstice, it starts getting light again, hour by hour, more and more. So it's almost as if we're exhaling again and moving that energy out and preparing ourselves to do this. I hope you have been looking out at the western sky for the last couple weeks, culminating this winter solstice night. To see the great planets Jupiter and Saturn as they are in this dance that they do every 20 years. And then there's also these other times and seasons, years and cycles. And what we know is that we are in a cycle that is beginning a new 800-year cycle. The last time that Jupiter and Saturn were together where they are was the signing of the Magna Carta, the initiating of the Great Renaissance. And so there's a anticipation, there's a level of hope and expectancy as we are moving into this new and interesting cycle that we're in. And when we look at these two planets together, as we look at the rhythm of where things are, it's really about strategic optimism. It's about structured expansion. Jupiter is all about expansion and growth, and Saturn is all about structure and planning. And so these two coming together is about that strategic planning. And there's a way that we can prepare this. Something that an astrologer that I'm aware of, her name is Dana Gerhardt, she talks about the 4 pillars of Saturn. Whatever your relationship is to the starry world and the starry language, it doesn't matter. But these certainly are applicable to all of us this time of year. They're applicable to all of us that may feel that our energy is being drained, or if we're wanting to expand. And what I'd like to offer to you are these 4 pillars. And the first pillar is to simplify your life. To look at what attachments are draining you. And what are you carrying that it's time to let go? This is a time of year of release, of letting go, of finding the things that are sort of siphoning off your vitality and letting them go. Less is more, because less creates space for agility and being nimble and novelty. The second pillar is to organize. You know, the first law of the universe is balance. Things are always coming into balance. And so, often we need to let the gods know, the universe know, that we are serious, and to begin to create the proper environment for expansion and growth and newness to happen. And so if there is clutter, it's a block. If there is disorganization, it's an impediment. And so as we are slowing down, we can leisurely organize our office. At least that's true for me. Or your library, or your kitchen, or wherever it has been because of all the demands and all the activity, there's a level of disarray, is to bring order back into your life, quite literally and quite physically. The third pillar is to give yourself a meaningful challenge. Get engaged. Get in the game. Engage your imagination. Call it forth. Tap into the vital forces that are inside of you. Expand yourself. Whether it's physical training or mental training or spiritual training, it's important that we have a challenge to reach beyond the comfort zone, to reach beyond the self-imposed limits that we've placed on ourselves. And then the fourth is not to take anything that is going on right now personally. This isn't about you. There's a distinction between an individual and a person. An individual defines themselves in their own context. I am this, I am that degree, I am this possession, I am that family, whatever that may be. But a person defines themselves as part of something greater than themselves. We are energetically, evolutionarily, we are moving, we are evolving from a self-ego-centered. The ego is good, but it's not the end game. And we're being invited to move past this this tribal, whether it be the tribe of our family or the tribe of our nation or the tribe of our species, to us. And us means that you and I are global citizens. And global citizens means we are part of everything that is happening in creation. We are part of all that nurtures the land, the animal, the birds, the fishes, the trees, the fields. All of it is part of us, and we are part of it. And so let us move into this newness, novelty, and agility, and vitality by practicing these 4 pillars to simplify our life, to organize ourselves, to give ourselves meaningful challenges, and to not take it personal. And really what it's about is to be still. There's this great line that comes from this ancient Hebrew poetry. Be still and know that I am God. And so let's do that right now. In your heart of hearts, quietly to yourself. Maybe if it feels appropriate, to clasp your hands or to bow. But simply repeat after me quietly. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still be. And so it is. Thank you so much for being part of our virtual community and our celebrations. I want to remind you that we have Christmas Eve planned for you, including a virtual candle lighting service, so please bring a candle. Also on December 27th, the last Sunday of the year, Craig Losey will be doing his amazingly beautiful poetry service, and he'll be with Lee Culture, our music director, and it should be just beautiful and heartwarming. And again, I want to thank you for supporting us. I hope that you are receiving the support that you need at this time from us. Please reach out. No one should be going through this alone. Our practitioners are available for prayer, for counsel. If you go to our webpage, you can find ways to contact them. You can also fill out a request, and we'll reach out to you in prayer that way. And again, thank you for your continual and generous support. As we close this year, it was a year we did not anticipate. We are all in this together. And you have made a difference. You've allowed us to reach out to you. You've allowed us to grow and to reach out to people literally globally. So I appreciate this. And so, for the final time this year, I wish to you and those whom you love and those whom you receive love from many, many, many blessings.
I'm a little bit tired of being alone. My heart needs someone, my love needs a home. Maybe with the little ones running around, oh someday. But I'm here just dreaming away. To be loved, and I know that you'll soon be loving me. I'm alone now, but not lonely, I've found, 'cause my love has a home, and that home is inside of me. I'm a little bit taken by who you are. There's something about you like I've known you before. And every time I get close to your heart, then you're gone. And I'm here still trying to move on. I'm allowed to be loved, and I know that you'll soon be loving me. Well, I'm alone now, but not lonely, I found, 'cause my love has a home, and that home is inside of me. this life.